Good morning, friends. So it is Tuesday morning, and you would have just seen me doing, oh, hold on, let me fix you. You would have just seen me finishing up my yoga for this morning. You saw the beginning of it. I switched in the Sweat by Kayla app to the yoga plan. I just kind of felt like I wanted something different, and I like that in that particular app there are different options like that. So if I'm feeling like if I really want to do like weights, or if I wanted to do like more of a HIIT workout, I have the ability to kind of pick and choose. So like you could pick a program and complete it all the way through, but last week I was just feeling like yoga, and so that's what I did, and I really liked the session, so I'm trying to do it a little more consistently. But that is not why I'm vlogging today. So I have been talking about this book, and I would swear I'm gonna stop talking about it, but I'm gonna try to be more intentional about when I talk about it. So I pretty much finished Plant Paradox. Okay. And the emphasis behind this book is that plants aren't as harmless as they seem, and not in a way to say that you shouldn't eat plants, because obviously I'm a big believer in that, but that fruits and veggies aren't just docile and not trying to protect themselves from being eaten, and the ways they do that can affect your body and cause other issues depending on how sensitive you are to what's in them. And so there's quite a bit of information. I could unpack it for you, and I will try to like gradually unpack some of it for you, but honestly I would just recommend reading this book. It is phenomenal. It's got so much value and knowledge in it. It took me a little while to get through because he does a really good job at giving you the science of it. Like, yes, there's a purpose and a plan and a way you can apply it to your life, but there's also the science of it, and he breaks that down. So if you're struggling with any kind of imbalances or diseases or anything like that, and you feel like you want to make some dietary changes, and you're really just looking for a way to kind of move away from some of the medicine, maybe you just feel like that's all you're doing is taking meds, I would definitely suggest getting hold of this book and just reading it and seeing what you think for yourself. So with that in mind, for the last couple of months, obviously I have been in a place of trying to heal my teeth. So if this is like your first video with me, hello and welcome. I found out that I had way more cavities than was a healthy place to be, more dental decay than I thought a couple of months ago, and so my goal has been to heal my hormonal acne and to heal my cavities. Well, a lot of that has been dietary changes. And so I finally finished this book. Now, I will give some like preemptive warnings for things, but I finished this because I wanted to see his approach to it. I wanted to see what he was talking about and kind of how it looks, and I wanted to see if it was just going to be one of those crazy things. Now, I should also forewarn that I'm not like a fad diet kind of gal. That's not my thing. I will take, what I feel like is the best of things and apply them to myself and ways that I feel like function best for me. But if everybody's on that cayenne and lemon diet, I'm not going to do it. One, because that just sounds terrible, and two, because my goal is to build a lifestyle for myself that is healthy and maintainable and, is something that I can do no matter what. So with that being said, the beginning of this transition, in a way, there's like a 3-day kind of detox cleanse, and I won't say that it's either of those really, but it's really just to help heal your gut, because he focuses on that a lot, and we know that I'm big into that as well. Healing your gut and making sure, every time you take antibiotics, every time you take ibuprofen, a lot of things really affect your body, and the more and more you do it, it's kind of like he equates it to like burning a forest and then planting seeds and expecting them to be a forest very quickly. Every time you do it, you're just burning the forest back down, particularly with antibiotics in your gut. So really the beginning of this is being able to kind of set your gut up for that repopulation and having good bacteria and having things in there that are feeding your good bacteria and making sure you're getting prebiotics and probiotics, and I won't go into all of that. But I'm going to start implementing the changes that he has in his program, and for me it's really more of a making sure that everything I have going on in my body is the best that it can be to heal the things that I want to heal. So if you want to do the program with me, maybe you don't want to read the book, maybe you're just curious about it, you can go online, and I printed this out so you can see it, kind of. And I'll link this in the description box below. But there is a yes list and a no list of food. The yes list is much longer than the no's, so let's start with that. And if you're somebody who's still on like a heavy fast food diet, if you're, you know, you're eating all kinds of processed sugars and things like that, this might be a bit more of an adjustment for you. For me, I have been unintentionally gradually working towards this. So I cut out refined sugar, you know, I've given up most grains. And so for me, this is almost just the next phase in it and changing things up. Now, one of the things that he does encourage that shows a little bit more in eating is certain nuts. And for me, the phytic acid in the nuts is a concern. So I think that I'll probably, if I have them, I still want to try to, you know, activate them in a way and making sure I'm getting rid of those anti-nutrients, because really my goal is to heal my teeth. But at the same time, in doing this book, I'm kind of taking it from multi perspectives. So the things that I've felt like have really resonated with me and make the most sense, and maybe he's not touching or approaching in this book, I'm going to pull in. So the diet, like the way, the food and the way that interacts in your body and how you eat, totally on board for that. I get that. But at the same time, taking examples from Body Love by Kelly LeVeque, which we all know that I love as well, and not constantly spiking your blood sugar. I don't want to eat a bunch of meals. I would rather be pretty satisfied in the meals that I eat and try to keep them a distance apart. So that's one of my goals to make function with this. And then the other thing is obviously taking in the cure tooth decay stuff and making sure that I'm watching the phytic acid, because that's a heavy goal for me. And he mentions that like you can deal with like dental decay, but it's not like a priority in this book because he's dealing with autoimmune diseases and hormonal imbalances and all kinds of like other major diseases. And so I'm just going to have to kind of take that approach for myself. So I'm already almost 8 minutes in and I'm rambling a lot, but I did want to say that that is what I'm going to be doing for the next 3 days. I thought I would take you along and show you because I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. I think it'll be, I'm not saying it's going to be terrible. I think you just kind of have to make adjustments for yourself. But I know that I'm supposed to have a green smoothie this morning. And we know that I love a smoothie bowl. But my green smoothie is, like, when I say green smoothie, guys, I mean green smoothie. It has, oh, if I was a better prepared vlogger this morning, I would have this ready for you. But I'm sitting on the floor trying to do this, so let's see. What does this green smoothie have? Alright, green smoothie. Romaine lettuce, spinach, mint, avocado, lemon juice, stevia, ice, and water. So, very green. If you're a sugar addict, this might be an adjustment for you. And he says that, he makes the statement, you know, that there are people like that you're going to hate him. I don't think I'm going to hate him. But I've also been adjusting, and I'm not, sugar isn't a heavy problem for me, although I'm a little shaky right now. I need to eat. So yeah, but there's tons of things. If you want to download the yes and no list and look at them, it's really not as crazy or as bad as it would seem. You can still have coffee. You can actually, if you're into dairy, there's ways to have dairy on this. It's more, it just becomes a little more fine-tuned with some things, and I don't think it's going to be that bad. To be honest, you know, we were looking at the list and I thought, yeah, those are some vegetables and some fruits I may eat, but if anything, it'll just be a little more guided. So, day 1 of a 3-day cleanse. We're 9 minutes into this video, and I will pop in and out as I'm eating meals and tell you how I feel about them, particularly this green smoothie, because that's honestly the only thing that I'm most afraid of, is this green smoothie. Alright guys, here we go. The most green smoothie I've ever had for breakfast. Let's blend. Okay, so I just walked to my room so you could see this. This is the greenest smoothie I think I've ever blended. Alright, I'm gonna try it. It's not that bad. It tastes like lemon because there's like, I think there's supposed to be 4 tablespoons of lemon in here, but it ends up being, I just used like a whole lemon and juiced it. So it's not terrible. I don't know that it'll be everybody's first choice, but it's not bad. I was afraid I was going to taste the avocado more. And avocado and I are a fickle thing. So we're going to crush it, guys. I'm going to try to chug most of it. And then we'll go about the day. So I'll check back in a little bit later. Maybe lunch. If not tomorrow morning, and tell you how I'm feeling post day 1. And maybe tell you all the little things you do and don't want to know about this. So I will see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so day 1. Ooh! Alright guys, so day 1, finishing the cleanse. It's 8:20 at night, so I'm probably not going to eat anything else tonight. I am going to drink some more. So I kind of wanted to give you my take on how everything went from day 1. And I'm looking at my phone really quickly because I want to pull up like my water intake and all of that so I can kind of share that with you. So I mentioned earlier I use an app called My Water, and one of the things that records is like how much water I've drank, how much water I've drunk. I don't remember the correct saying for that. How much I've had to drink, and then it will also, if I record it accurately, tell you how much caffeine I've had. So that way I can kind of share that with you. So far today, I've had about 72% of my water intake, but I'm also still drinking this, and this guy is 946 milliliters, and I will finish that before bed and record it, and then I'll go over 100%. So that's where I'm at as far as water goes. Now I do record like anything that I drink, so I record my smoothies, I record tea. I've had a couple of cups of tea today. Half of them were decaf. I had a cup of coffee this morning, but overall I've had 313 milligrams of caffeine, which I don't know what's like daily acceptable, and Bear is being quite loud. Hi. He's having a fit. So thoughts on day 1. I felt like I got hungrier after breakfast. That wasn't it, like the smoothie wasn't that bad. Like I was perfectly fine with it. I think that it was the lemon really helped with that. I couldn't like chug it. I'd have to drink it a little bit at a time, but that was fine. I just don't feel like it tided me over as longer as some other meals. So if I'm wanting to do like the 3 hours between meals, then I might need to bulk it up a little bit in the future. I mean, it had half an avocado in it. Like overall today, oh my goodness, today I've eaten 1.5 avocados, and that's insane for me. So yeah, I had half an avocado. I've had half an avocado in every meal. So I had half an avocado at breakfast, half an avocado at lunch, and at dinner. Lunch and dinner was fine. They actually tasted a lot better than I thought it would, only because I've had bad experiences with avocado in the past, and so my fear is always that because I haven't had such great experiences with them, then I associate like it not going well for my body, and so then I think that things aren't going to taste right. Hold on, I'm so sorry. But I'm afraid that my mind over matter kicks in. So with that in mind, I felt like day 1 was pretty successful. I did end up reaching for some walnuts between lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch, sorry. So I had breakfast at 11 something, and then I ended up having lunch around 2 something. So that's about a 3-hour gap between meals, which is probably quite normal for people, but I really strive to kind of do the 6-hour thing. So finding a way to bulk up my breakfast a little bit more, maybe finding a way to add in some more fiber. I'm gonna have to play with that. I had quite a bit to drink. I feel like I have peed a ton today, and that makes sense with what I kind of read, that like a lot of people lose weight in the first couple of days because you're losing a lot of water weight. So that's like an initial bit, but other than that, like I've had no issues eating everything. Everything's tasted really well. No problems with that. I haven't had any cravings. I feel like, you know, if I was going to have cravings, now would be the time to really test it because my period is about to kick in. So we're getting like a really large view of how this works, because you're not supposed to be taking like ibuprofen or anything like that. And yeah, so day 1 is done. I'm gonna have some more tea. I have been using my Nut Pods creamer, which has almond, it's like almond and coconut. So I believe you can have like almond meal. that's like on the safe list. So I'm not having a ton of it. I'm just using a splash of it, so I'm not super concerned about that. But yeah, that is where we're at, day 1. I will check in with you maybe tomorrow morning, and I know I'll check in at least once. I don't want this video to be crazy long, and I feel like today's check-in has been quite long, but I know that I'll definitely check in at least once tomorrow, at least once on Thursday, and then Friday morning I'll kind of tell you what that, like, where I'm at there, like what physical changes I've seen so far, and then from there we'll just kind of determine what updates are going to look like. So day 1 is done. I'm gonna go make some tea, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Good night, guys. Okay guys, so it's day 2 of our cleanse, and I thought that I would show you my dinner tonight and then kind of talk you through how today went. So dinner is this little arugula salad. There's some chicken in there. There's like a cilantro dressing. There's some avocado on the bottom, and then there's some green olives. This was supposed to be like a wrap with a dip, but it was using like the nori sheets, which are like the kind of like a seaweed sheet, and it's really thin, and I was just having issues. I had too much that was fitting inside of it, so I opted to just make it a salad. I didn't really want to fight with it. I didn't have the energy for that. So how am I feeling day 2? First off, well, let's go with the disclaimer of I had a latte this afternoon, which is perfectly fine. I'm allowed to have coffee, but I got it with, I was hoping to get coconut milk. I think they gave it to me with almond milk, and I think that it was slightly sweetened. Like, I know that their milk was slightly sweetened, so that was a poor choice on my part, but for the future I'm just gonna make it at home. I was just really craving one and I was out, so that was a fault for today. I could have done better there. Other than that, I woke up this morning, I had my normal glass of like warm lemon water, I had my coffee. I didn't wake up crazy starving. I don't know, I feel like I'm behind in my water today, so I need to drink a bit more because I was out and about all over the place and I just wasn't as on point with that. But I did make my smoothie this morning, take it with me. So it's been fairly smooth as far as like functioning today. I will say that like making sure that things are a little bit prepped, even if I'm like cooking them at the time, just having certain things like portioned out. I have to watch how much protein I'm intaking per meal, and that's just something I have to be conscious of. But I haven't been crazy hungry. Like I haven't gone to bed feeling like I was starving, like I was deprived, anything like that. I did make sure that I had a handful of nuts before I left the house, because I knew that my lunch and my dinner were going to be quite a large gap for what I needed it to be. So, and I had the same lunch 2 days in a row only because I just didn't really have time to, like today was a jam-packed day because I had to make sure that today's video got up on time for you guys. So yeah, day 2, I feel good. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if my jeans feel like they're fitting better or not. I did just order several pairs from J.Crew and everything fit really well, but I'm gonna wait and see for a couple of days. I think I might exchange them for a smaller size. That's a concern of mine, is that they fit really well now, but that I'm gonna, like, I'm on that precipice where I could probably be in a smaller size of them, and so I might just exchange them so those last longer. But that is my update for day 2. So far I feel really good. My energy levels feel fine. I don't feel like I have to have super amounts of anything. I don't feel deprived. And yeah, all of the meals that I've had have been surprisingly good. I will say that I feel like I use a lot of avocado and a lot of lemon, because I'm essentially having 1.5 avocados a day. And then, you know, when you double, like, that's between my mom and myself, that's like 3 avocados a day. So, because she's working on this plan too. So far so good. I mean, I thought about this last night and I meant to tell you guys, like, you can still have alcohol in this. Like, this isn't like it's not like a restrictive diet. It's really just like a lifestyle plan to kind of help you get your body in check. So far so good. I slacked on the like whole coffee situation today, and it wasn't really even what I like was hoping it would be. I think that I could do better with that at home. I think I was really craving something fatty, and like I was craving some healthy fats, and I think if I had made it home with like either coffee or espresso and then coconut milk and like an MCT oil, I would have felt a lot better. Like that would have been what I was really craving. So I'm gonna do better tomorrow. I'm gonna crush it, and then Thursday morning I'll do measurements and let you know if there's anything drastic. I mean, I don't foresee anything crazy, but we will try. So yeah, dinner tonight is happening. Olive is patiently waiting for me to eat it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Alright guys, so it's day 3 and I've already filmed this once, and then I went and looked in the bathroom and I had like eyeliner all over the place. I remember why I don't wear this eyeliner very often. So it is the Lancome Grandiose one, in case anybody wanted to know. So day 3 update. Today has been fine. I've been really hungry, Mom's been really hungry, so it's just that balancing act of like making sure, trying to accommodate all the things that I want to accommodate. I also have filmed like a full extended kind of intro to this. I filmed it today that's going to go up before this video, so if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that one first. I'll link it up above and then below as well, so you guys can check that out. But kind of breaking down what my plans are as far as healing and everything, and what things will look like going forward. So that video is already up. This is the one after it, and today was just one of those days, like I felt like I was hungrier more often. Maybe I just noticed it a little bit more, so I'm trying to be more conscious at balancing my meals. And the first time I did this, I showed you guys what I had, and I'll put a picture on the screen right now so you can see it. And it's just, actually, I might not be able to do that. I lied. I can't do that because I deleted that footage. But it was pretty much a lot like last night. So instead of cabbage, I did Brussels sprouts and onion, and then there's some kale in there as well. And it's supposed to have like another cabbage steak on top of it, but I did it with a tin of tuna and olive oil, and then some added olives on the side, because I'm trying to bulk up my oils and my fats in my meals to hopefully make them last longer. I did good today and didn't have any nuts, which was a goal for me, but I did have like a small bite of chocolate, meaning like that big, like a tiny square of it. I had that. It was some of the Eating Evolved, and it says that you can have chocolate if it's over like 72% cacao. So I had that, but there was obviously a little bit of other stuff in it, so I don't know how that works. So it's not a regular habit I want to keep, but I was craving something earlier, and so I just had a small little bite. So this is a lifestyle. This isn't one of those things where if I have something I'm just done for the whole day, I allow myself those things, and that works for me. So, but I am trying to like be really intentional with this plan so it works the best as I can to heal. But that is my day 3 update. I've been hungry. I feel like I've been a little bit more tired today. I haven't worked out yet. I need to do that still. I probably should be drinking more water. And yeah, I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm gonna make sure to do some yoga tonight and to hit my water goal, and then I'll kind of update you guys in the morning on how I feel about the full 3-day grouping. So I will see you in the morning. Alright guys, so it's day 4, and so today is the day that I start phase 2 of the program, and I wanted to update you, and then I will probably stick to updating you maybe once a month on how things are going. So I keep a little post-it note like over where my scale is, so, and a date on that, so I don't have to remember. If I want to know, I can just look at it, and every time I put a new one up, I'll like, or I weigh myself again, I'll tack it on top so I can look and see back at some point in time if I really wanted to. So my last post-it was for 10-2, and from that number to the number that I had today on 10-27, there was a 5-pound difference. So that's, you know, I normally don't get on the scale very often. I've told you guys that. I tend to measure, but it was interesting to see that like that was a bigger, I guess that seemed like it had grown a little bit more rather than maybe what my measurements were, because my most recent measurements were on October 10th, and then today's the 27th, and I'd only lost maybe 2.5 or 3 inches. But here's the thing with all of this, and this is why you kind of have to, pictures are really one of the best ways to track everything, is that I'm only measuring my neck, my chest, my waist, my hips, and my leg. Now, I could be losing it in my face. I'm not measuring around my head. There are plenty of places that I might be losing it and I'm not noticing it, but if like I take a photo, then you'll see it. So what I'll probably do going forward, if I'm updating you on progress or anything and kind of telling you how I feel and walking this so you can see it, I will do progress photos and maybe do them side by side and give you like the decreasing increments so that you can watch that. But yeah, I feel like so far, you know, I'm 3 days in, I feel really good. I have a decent amount of energy. Like I'm not having a bunch of side effects. I can't say that you wouldn't if you were doing this. I reread everything last night, kind of talking about going into phase 2. And yeah, so if you're doing the plant paradox and you're feeling like crap at the beginning, your body's coming off some things, think of it as like an addict. You know, your body is addicted and it's been running on these things for a really long time, and you're having to change everything. And so be consistent. You'll see the changes, you just have to be consistent. So I'm really excited. It was like that extra motivation this morning to see that, just to be able to identify with it, because I know that I had put on some weight since I had moved from Atlanta because I wasn't nearly as active. So it's nice to see that I'm getting back towards where I would even want to start my goals, but just moving forward, that things are changing. So I will keep updating you guys on this. I'm also going to kind of update you on shopping for your body type, things like that. This outfit that I'm wearing today, I freaking love. The only thing I wish that I had differently is that I had like a belt and different jeans, a little bit smaller. That's going to be an adjustment. So, but if you're on the program and you're just starting the program, you're super curious about Plant Paradox, I really would encourage you to check it out. I will definitely do more breakdowns if that's what you guys want, and kind of what I'm doing and how I'm feeling with all of that. Breakfast is still something I'm navigating, just in maintaining a breakfast that's like got enough oomph behind it so that it goes with me for the day. And yeah, so I am going to end this video here. I think this will be up on Wednesday. Ooh, can't talk. This will be up on Wednesday, and then I haven't decided what the next video will be after it. But if you aren't already subscribed to this channel, please click that button. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, because it really shows my channel lots of love and support. So I upload new videos every Wednesday and Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to come back and look for that video, also you can hit the bell button to make sure that you're notified. So I love you guys. I'm so glad that you're here. You matter to me. We're going to do this together. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.